I'm Dr. Akilah Cadet, and this is Humane Rights, a show that flips the traditional talk show on its head. This isn't about debate, it's about dialogue. Each episode, I invite guests from different walks of life to unpack the messy, beautiful realities of being human. Welcome to Humane Rights, where being human is the ultimate act of resistance. Hello.
Hi.
I am so excited to have this dynamic duo here. We have Sam and we have Grace, and we are going to talk about so many things. But the most important thing is that you were the first dynamic duo for Humane Rights.
Yeah,
so
we love that.
We all love that.
It's an honor.
It is an honor. Here at Humane Rights, you get to introduce yourself with whoever you think you are today. And one way to do that is by starting with your pronouns and an image description. So I'll role model. My pronouns are bad bitch or she, her, just for inclusion. I am wearing a vintage 90s tracksuit that looks very biggie, can't you see on the top? And it's navy blue. And I'm wearing gold heels that are just extra because I am. And we're seated in my beautiful gold studio with Taylor Small's art behind us, my yellow book in the corner. And on the beautiful leather couch, I have two fabulous folks. So who's going first?
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
Okay, pronouns, image description, and bio who you are.
Love it. I am she, her, Aya. I am currently wearing a red and I'm going to call it Valkyrie's purple
It's actually
checkered.
Valkyrie's violet.
Thank you very much. I'm wearing a red and Valkyrie's violet checkered sweater. I'm wearing a white button-up shirt. I accessorized my fingers today with some rings, especially my violet gem. I am wearing a high half-up and half-down ponytail. And I'm seated next to my co-director, Sam.
Hi, I'm Sam Bempong. She, her. I like badass. I'm gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna steal that.
It's not stealing. I'm giving it to you.
Thank
Please.
you.
Spread the word.
Yeah, I am. What am I wearing? I'm wearing a green form-fitted shirt and what I like to call my cool girl pants.
Yes.
They're cream colored with lots of colored flowers, embroidery. It's like embroidery. They look like they could be curtains.
Or I like to say grandma's couch in the best way.
Yes.
Yeah. That was my grandma's couch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was my grandma's couch too. I'm wearing grandma's couch cargo pants.
Yes.
That are secretly overalls that I tucked into B pants.
Smart.
Shout out Lauren Raskow for giving me this idea. And Jay's, and I am curly hair.
Yeah.
No rings, except for my wedding ring, which is actually special. It's gold belted down from different parts of our families, made together, with symbols from the Akan culture, which is my husband's culture in Ghana. So it's my favorite.
I love that
accessory.
so much. But also, Grace, you have quite the chain on. What does your chain say?
Oh, it's my name tag so my mom doesn't lose me. It says Gracie.
I wear my name tag, Akilah.
That's
Anytime
actually
I go,
how we connected
Yeah,
first.
that's right.
Yeah.
Anytime I go to an event, someone's like, "You're gonna wear this name tag." I'm like, "I'm not ruining my outfit." Also, it's on my neck.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Literally.
No, it's not happening.
Can't stand a sticker name tag.
Oh, I cannot stand a sticker name tag. Why are you doing this? Hey, hi, I don't know you, but please look at my breasts.
Yes.
Look at my breasts.
That is the first thing I think. I'm like, where do I?
Yeah, right. And I don't want any of that. Also, I sometimes don't want people to come up and talk to me. They're like, is that Change Cadet? Is that Akilah? I don't know. Guess harder. If you don't know, then it's not meant to be. So tell the folks what you two do.
We co-direct an organization called Make It Bay. We're both different types of producers in our own right. I do a lot of impact producing. Grace is a phenomenal. I'll let her get into it. But Emmy Award-winning creative producer. But we came together with a group of amazing folks to create an organization called Make It Bay, which is really about creating space to build a thriving and inclusive screen sector here in the Bay Area. Yeah. So our creatives don't have to keep leaving to go to other markets like LA, New York, Atlanta, to places that have made investment in infrastructure to support them. We're really trying to make sure that that happens here and that Bay stories can be told by Bay creatives locally.
Yes. Just, so important. Storytelling is crucial to the vibrancy that is Oakland. And Oakland has everything from our beautiful hills to our lakes to the hyphy culture to telegraph to all the different things that we have that makes it a wonderful backdrop for stories to be told. I, too, am a huge proponent of keeping a creative industry here, which is why this podcast is filmed and recorded in Berkeley, California, at a woman-owned studio, a woman of color,
Yes.
on top of it, and with a media company that's just incredible and representative. And I love that y'all have partnered together with CL and your work and so many different things. But before we get into the stuff that you do, I would love to hear from both of you. When you hear humane rights, what does that mean to you?
I would argue that storytelling is a humane right.
Ooh, yeah.
We talk about this all the time, that the power of storytelling has the power of shaping the world, the way that we see it. And so what better vehicle for us to be able to change the way people see things than through storytelling?
Yeah.
And that's really, when I hear humane rights, that's really what I think about. It starts there, and then the things that come from that storytelling from the folks that sit on this couch.
Ooh, yeah. I love that. Sam.
Oh, I mean, yes, 100% agree with that. I think storytelling is essential to who we are as humans and how we view and see the world. So I think storytelling is rooted in that. But I also think that humane rights are quite literally a group, like a collective set of principles that people agree on that no one should have to be without, especially in this world of abundance.
Yes.
Right? The three that I think of most are, healthcare, housing, food, right? No one, in a world of abundance, no one should have to be without. I think that's a very literal definition of humane rights. Like, what are the things we will not tolerate a child not have it?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right? But I think, what does that actually mean in a practical sense? Mm-hmm. I start thinking about this concept of choice and returning choice to individuals, right? Imagine if you had the safety of person, the economic security, and the community support to be able to leave the job because you're scared of losing your health care, or to do the thing. Mm-hmm. How would you choose to use your energy and your focus and put your time? Yeah. I think the idea of humane rights leads to the personal freedom of deciding where you put your energy and time, which is ultimately choice. And I think of the example that I often think about with this is Isaac Newton. Right? We're just going to go there.
I'm just going to let you cook.
Yeah.
Kids would say.
But if you think about it, like, Isaac Newton was not the smartest person, like, compared to everyone in the world. Isaac Newton was not the first person to notice things fall down.
Yeah.
Right? But he had the freedom and the choice to sit under an apple tree and ask himself why.
Yeah.
Right? So how different would your life be if you had those freedom and choices? And I think humane rights is about the permission to have those things that we need to decide as a society how to give. And I think, to Grace's point, storytelling is central to that, because storytelling is how we understand the world. So we understand humane rights based on the stories we tell about each other or the other.
Yeah.
How we understand what is acceptable in how you spend your time. That's acceptable to the society. That's based on a story.
Yeah.
Right? It's all based on story.
Dropping bars there.
Little Isaac Newton.
For each other, for the other. Like, that was like, there was a little flow. There's a little flow happening there. But what you're saying is absolutely true. I mean, we live right now in Donald's America, not by choice, not by any of our choices, here, other people's choices, where people are stuck. And even in the infrastructure that's supposed to be there to support them for these humane rights, those are being taken away from them, right? So there's been a lot of, news obviously around SNAP benefits, and now people are going to have to reapply to SNAP. And what we're going to see is exactly on page 299 of Project 2025, which is making it harder to live. Like, they literally want it, to make it harder to live.
Yep.
I bring that up because when we think about the creative industry and what you're doing with Make It Bay and just being a creative, whoever that may be, the grip to the writer, to the director, to a producer, it is not an easy life. Not everyone is Ava DuVernay. You know, not everyone is in a position where they can have their own studio and space and name and recognition. So how are you doing that with Make It Bay? Like, tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely starts with creating sustainable infrastructure. If we create opportunities for our young folks, our creatives, emerging creators, honestly, creators at whatever level you're at, if we create sustainable infrastructure that they can plug into, be it a job, opportunities, internships, all of those things, then we're actually giving them pathway and runway to be able to build their skills here at home. And so we're no longer, we talk about this a lot, you know, reversing the creative brain drain. We're no longer relying on markets like New York and LA and Atlanta to give them the opportunities. We're creating them right here. And I think that because the Bay is so central to so many cultural movements, it's an opportunity for us to actually like cultivate that talent and really cultivate the stories that are in them because they live in a place like this. And then those stories have an opportunity to be seen and heard by the world.
Yeah.
So central to our work is building infrastructure that's lasting, that's sustainable, that's accessible. I love what Sam says all the time. Like, imagine a production hub where single parents can have a career in production, where the hours on set are not 12 hours, 14 hours and grueling on your body. Like, imagine if we were actually thinking about the types of folks we wanted to employ in production. That's game changing. Nobody's ever thought of that. And what better place than the Bay to be creating that ecosystem?
Yeah. So true on so many levels.
Yeah.
Just seconding all of that. I mean, you hear so many people talking about the industries is dead and everything's changing and all this stuff. Content's not going anywhere, right? It's not. It's in more demand than ever before.
Right.
The business model is changing, but that is a huge opportunity, right? Out of fire is regeneration. And
what do? You just wake up and say, I just
She
want.
does.
No,
She
no,
does.
I do.
She does.
I read a lot and I think a lot. It's like part of my self-care routine.
Wow, we have to pause on that. Like, you
No, I can't take credit for that. I'm in the middle of a book called The Content Trap.
Okay.
And I cannot remember the man's name, but it
It's
starts
okay.
with a B.
Google it.
Google it.
Or,
The Content Trap.
DuckDuckGo it.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. But he does this beautiful analogy of digital fires and wildfires and the regeneration that comes from it. And I think about traditional hubs are set up to make traditional media for traditional audiences. We are not a traditional hub. We are creating what we can be in a moment when the future of the screen sector and of film and television and of content is rapidly changing. So we have the opportunity to build something different, right? As someone who's dealt with disability and with illness, I could not participate in a traditional model of set. Does that mean that my contribution is not valuable?
Technically to Hollywood, it means it's not, because there's only one trailer that's ADA compliant.
Yes,
Just
100%.
one. Just literally one.
Wild.
Also, I will say Jim Lebrecht is a good friend. He was the co-director of Crip Camp.
Yeah.
They didn't have a ramp at the Academy Awards for them.
Oh, I know.
And they had to build it like the day before because there was not an awareness that was something that was needed. He's, working with someone like Jim Lebrecht and talking to single parents and saying, you have value. What does this need to build? And it's still a financially viable model.
Yeah.
Right? If you can create anything, let's play. Let's have beginner's mind. Let's approach what the industry could be and build it. Doesn't mean it's going to be for everyone. It doesn't mean we're going to have we don't need every film ever to come here. We don't need to be the most important. We just want to be able to be a home for independent filmmakers and for people who want to create and tell stories to have the space and the support to do so.
Absolutely. I love Jim. He's
so good.
He's great for so many reasons. But what you're saying is true. We can't think about the film and TV industry without thinking about intersectionality and how that fits in, right? We are all parts of intersectionality: women of color, disability, chronic illness. We're not supposed to be successful. I mean, the list goes on and on, of how we are all here in a position to say, we need to tell these stories. we know the Bay Area has a lot to offer. Let's elevate and amplify. So you were able to get to a point where you have this great list.
Oh, the Bay List. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that thing.
Yeah. Oh, that thing.
Just a little thing.
Yeah, that is, shout out to Rafael Casal. This was his brainchild.
You know, I just feel so lucky and special because I've had conversations with Rafa, with Kamau, with Jim, because again, all about intersectionality and how it's all coming together. But it shows you the power of community that's needed to reinvigorate how important humanity is. And I'm just honored I get to talk to both of you with like connecting all of these dots. So
I'd also just like to say, like, they're all from the Bay. Everyone you just
Yeah.
named, right? Everyone who's involved with the Bay List, you know, little company called Proximity Media, Brian Coogler's company, Unanimous Media, Stephen Curry's company, Decentralized Picture, Roman Coppola's company, like Lucasfilm, right? Like Dolby, right?
Yeah.
They're from the Bay.
right.
The Bay is the place where Lucas and Coppola were like, oh, we need to do something that's different. We're coming here.
Yeah.
Why did they come here? Because we're the forefront of every cultural and artistic revolution ever.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
There's something so important about here. And I got totally off track of the question.
didn't.
But
I
you
love a
asked me about the Bay
tangent.
List.
No, I love it. I just
She knows
me
I'm the
and
tangent
Jim,
queen.
we Jim invited me because Jim's part of the Academy. So Jim invited me to go see a screening of Knives Out 3 at Skywalker Ranch. And funny story, Skywalker Ranch was a former client of mine, but I was only working with them during the pandemic, so I never got to, because we were stuck. And so that was the first time I was able to go. And I'm like, oh, this is Star Wars.
It's
And to experience a film and the studio that George Lucas built was great. Knives Out's fine. Just wait till it comes out on Netflix. But support film. Sorry, support film.
Yeah.
I mean,
Support film. But
the Port of Oakland is the inspiration.
but people don't know that. Yeah. And every fucking time I drive by, I get it. Going to the city or coming back from the city off the bridge. I'm like, Star Wars.
Yep.
And then when I have to do like the tours of people in town, I'm like, and so here are like these are really, really great things that happened here. And yet we don't have that same excitement and energy as a New York or as a LA. And even in Atlanta, and Atlanta's later in the game than LA, so
Totally.
Anyway, I love a tangent, but Bay List. Yeah.
Well, to speak for Grace, which I unfortunately do too often, but she often says that the Bay is not a good cheerleader for itself, right?
But you know what? We are.
Yeah.
We
Yes,
are the great
we're
cheerleaders for it. I mean, I have no candle to hold to either of you. I'm only working on my 5th film, but documentary, not a film. But maybe one day.
It's a
We'll
film.
see.
It's a film.
I mean, I know it's a
Documentary
film,
is
but
a
like,
film.
like you know what I mean. Like
It's not a
that's the whole
narrative,
thing.
but it is.
Like
production.
I will go back and tell my therapist that I was corrected today. I did. Thank you. You're right. It's a big fucking deal that I'm on.
Huge.
On Film 5. Thank you.
Yes.
Every film is a
Thank you.
freaking miracle.
It's like that's a T-shirt. Maybe that's a T-shirt y'all should have.
You should hand
That is
embroider.
a good one. That
Yeah.
is a good
Okay,
one.
is a club happening?
Listen,
Listen, we have
we love a collab.
Can
yes.
Cecilia make a note?
Our sweaters say storytelling starts at home, but I think we do need every film is a miracle. Like
Wait,
every
well,
production.
can I design? Let's do this.
Yeah,
I will totally
Every
design
film
a
is
shirt.
amazing.
Market,
Yeah.
it's happening. We're
Okay.
in.
Damn, I love
To
it.
bring it all back. Now that we have merch, right?
we can keep going.
With the list you mentioned is the Bay List, which is really Raphael and Franklin Leonard. Franklin Leonard, if you don't know him, he runs the Blacklist. This is an amazing resource. He's an amazing human. Basically, he was a high-level exec reading scripts and was like, wow, all these scripts suck. And if they're this good enough to be on my desk, someone's cousin, someone moved to LA and did the hustle to get their script to the right person. And, maybe there's a single mother in North Carolina whose script who never be able to move and like work as a barista and work her way up to get me that script. I want to know what she's writing. And created, it wasn't that quickly. Like he started putting out the list of the unproduced screenplays every year that producers and other studios were saying, oh, we didn't make this, but it was amazing. But then he created this database where anyone in the world can upload a script. They pay readers and from the industry to read and evaluate them, and then they put out the best scripts every year.
Yeah.
And these scripts have, without fail, like this is a Harvard study, they make like 80% better at the box office. If I think I'm getting that fact right. But if I
What
asterisks
I
in
know
case
of
I'm
you,
wrong.
Sam, you are correct.
Yeah. It's like because these are scripts we want to see, people want to see. Juno, The King's Speech, Argo, Slumdog Millionaire. These
Yeah.
are all blacklisted scripts. So what Rafa's idea was, why can't
I
it?
don't know. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
For somebody, they're all okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. It's a good track record.
It's fantastic.
It's a fantastic track
Yeah.
record. And so Rafa was like, well, why don't we have a Bay list? A list that is on the concept of the blacklist. We pay readers to evaluate, but it's regional specific. We want to hear the voice of people from this soil.
Yeah.
And so he called me and was like, what does that look like? And I was like, and no, we were really blessed. The blacklist was full partners on this. We got to use their infrastructure and sort of their model. And we had over 1,000 submissions in our inaugural year. We had some of our heavy hitters, you know, like I said, Tom Hanks Playtone was involved. It just like, I can keep rattling them off because I can't even believe, like Hasan Minhaj's company, 186K Media, Dave Eggers, 826 Valencia. We have powerhouses here, and they all came together. We narrowed it from 1,000 scripts to 30. They read all 30. All of the partners did, and then we narrowed it down to 10, and we just announced it at the end of October.
Yeah.
And we're getting a lot of industry, you know, feedback and excitement, and we're trying to just really prove concept. The talent is here. The talent is here. The innovation is here. Now we need the infrastructure, and that's where Make It Bay comes in, because these scripts do not have a pathway unless we make one for them.
Yeah. And this pathway is crucial to how we can get back to representation. When people feel validated and seen and heard with these stories that they see on screen, that is like planting the seed to the flower that will bloom in so many ways. It doesn't mean that person needs to go out and be a filmmaker, a writer, producer. They just need to know that whatever it is possible. Right? So many white people could see so many white people stories of being white and what that's like. But that's not the same for the white person who's disabled. That's not the same for someone who comes from a family of immigrants. Like, we have to have those stories. And that biodiversity is here in the Bay Area for so many reasons. We are the folks who said, no, we don't do snow. So that's why we're here.
So accurate.
In the Bay Area. And I'm not plastic on the inside or outside, so I can't do LA. So that's why we're here. And so when we tie that back to our history and our culture, it's super, super important. It's also important that we have two women who are leading the way, because, you know, we are always solving everyone's problems in so many ways.
So accurate.
Gift and a curse.
A gift and a curse, for sure. And then the more intersectionality, the more gift and the curse that you're doing.
Totally.
But when you have women doing this type of work, you get thoughtful stories and opportunities that come out of it. So the way I like to explain it to folks is, when a guy designs, let's just say, a restaurant, the bigger bathroom is always the men's bathroom because he's designing the restaurant. Or the architect is the guy designing the, you know, and then the women's bathroom just has like 1.5 stalls, and they have like 3 urinals and then 2 stalls. It's like, no, other way around. There's some speed differences. We all want bathrooms to be gender neutral, but they think about themselves in it, right? And guys don't necessarily tend to think more big picture. Not the men in the room here. They are all wonderful and great in so many ways, supporting me.
Shout out
which
to
I think is
feminist
great.
men.
Feminist men, we're into it. And those who are anti all the isms and things, which I think is really great. But when you have women in these spaces and places, which is why I'm a fucking Virgo who's everywhere. I'm in sports, I'm in fashion, I'm in tech, I'm doing crisis. Because when you have a woman who's there, we think more about community.
Yeah.
We think more about the pathways. We think more about exactly what you said, which is, the film industry, if you have a 12-hour day, you go overtime 3, and then there's a union, but then you have a kid because only a mother somehow is a caretaker and not a man. And then what do we do with a non-binary person who's a parent? Like, we have all these things that are in there. We leave out a lot of the things that we need to be able to have better stories, better resourcing, better teams, you know, to get things out. And so as women who carry this really important work, having a very successful first year, and I look forward to supporting you. And well, clearly we're gonna have merch.
We're holding
in
you
a
to
supportive
this.
way, yes. And we're gonna work on a little party and stuff. I I just want to say thank you because you both carry so much in that space. I know you also volunteer a lot of your time and, amongst all the other things that you do as producers and directors and storytellers. So I would love to know how you find little pockets of joy.
Great question.
Thank you.
Since I've been back in the Bay, my pockets of joy literally come from my nieces and nephews. I didn't have that opportunity for 15 years. I was gone from the Bay. And so I find that joy of like seeing them grow up and helping shape their world because, I was growing up with my older cousins when I was here, but we were all cousins. Now these are like nieces and nephews, like a whole generation removed. Yeah. And so, I brought my nephews to a film event, the Worst Film Festival at Mama Dog Studios. Aww. And they're 10 and 12, and they were like amazed. Like, they're like, these are the worst films. We love these films. Like, the concept to them was like, wow, you could do something really bad and people will celebrate you. And like that brings me so much happiness because I know like there's only so much world shaping that their immediate community can do. So I come in, after being gone 15 years and like get to expand that. Yeah. And for me, like everything that I do is looking back to see how I could pull up the next generation. So when I can do it for my own family, like sprinkles, confetti, all the things of joy. I
love that. Her nephews are adorable and so thoughtful young people, such thoughtful young people. I would say the same, family and community. Definitely my niece and nephews. I have a great rent-a-kid system going on. It's a great concept. I am the aunt to many aged children, and when I feel like hanging out with one, I can. And when I want to go home and take a nap, I can. And I highly recommend it. Yeah, it's fantastic. But it's a lot of family days. You mentioned like how I read and think a lot. I will garden or I'll take a walk. Those are my special places, but really my partner holds me down. Shout out to Gerald. He's my person. And we find so many moments of joys in the most ridiculous things and really being present. And every time I catch myself holding myself to a standard that doesn't need to exist. Like I use the word should as a red flag. Like if I use the word should, I'm like, no. Nope. Yeah. Warning lights. And if I come back to where I am and what the parameters of my existence are right now and how I can thrive in there, that's what brings me the most joy. And I will say that storytelling, what we're doing and watching people, like I had someone come up to me crying the other day, just saying like, I didn't know someone was checking for stories like mine. Like, I don't care if I make the list. It was my first time ever finishing a script, but like someone said, you are looking for stories like mine. And that just, it made me so proud of the work we do. So the community feeds me.
Seen, validated, and heard. Yeah. It's super important. There's this great book that I highly recommend. It's called White Supremacy's All Around. We're going to make sure you get a copy. Well, thank you both for being here and doing the work that you have done, continue to do, will do, are doing today. And I just want to remind you to keep being amazing. I love how you were like, yes, you ready? You're going to have to.
Mine.
You get a car, and you get a car.
Yay! And just know, like, there will be a buy. Yeah. All films are a miracle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So thank you both.
This is awesome.
And
thank you.
Let's make it big.
Let's make it big. Like this podcast, like CS Space.
Yes.
Let's keep making it big.
Absolutely.
Big love and gratitude to our guests for showing up with truth, humor, and of course, humanity. If this conversation moved you, you gotta like it, you gotta share it, you have to talk about it, bring it into your circles, spaces, and places, because that's how change multiplies. You can catch more episodes wherever you get your podcast and watch the full series produced by CL Media and me on the CL Media YouTube channel. Now, what is that YouTube channel? What you need to subscribe to so you can get more of this. But until next time, stay curious, find your joy, and keep being amazing.